A while back, I made a switch from Caesar to B-Flex, and a lot of you guys had questions. Well, in this video, we're going to show you how to layer Gimme5 with Flock right after the intro. Like I said in the intro, I'm here at B-Flex getting you guys some of the answers to the things you want to know about. In this video, me and Luis here from B-Flex are going to be layering our Gimme5 white and black. So first and foremost, tell us more about Gimme5. We want to hear directly from you guys about your competitive advantage.
So the main advantage is that we have a product that applies at a lower temperature. This allows you to apply the products on synthetic garments, polyester, blends, things like that you may not get away with other products. The other thing is going to be and I think the main thing is the pressing time. Pressing time for a lot of people is a huge thing as far as saving time, saving money, and just getting rid of the hassle overall. So our material, our Gimme5 Evo, presses in only 4 seconds. That compared to somebody else, maybe a third of the time. So we're talking about pressing 3 t-shirts in the time that you would press 1 t-shirt with someone else.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I ran into 2 problems with B-Flex. The first one was I couldn't keep up. I set up, the first time that I used it, I was doing some rest in peace shirts, and I had everything cut and ready to go, and I had my shirts laid out, and I'm pressing, and I walk over here. Usually you can shut your press, you can go line some things up and come back in about 15 seconds. And I was like, darn, I cannot keep up with this.
Yeah, once you get to it with Gimme5, it's all about pressing. It's all about pressing. You don't do any multitasking. You don't have to get distracted. Especially, for you, if you have a semi-automatic press, it may be a cool thing because you don't leave the material there. The press automatically opens. But for somebody else, it's all about clamping it down, bringing it back up, and it's all about pressing. So You don't get distracted. You don't lose time. Once you get to it, that's all you do.
So the second problem I had with it was I just got a new press, and all presses beep at like 3 seconds to let you know it's about to open. Well, this press does not stop beeping, and it's the most annoying thing. So much so that I'm trying to figure out how to short the board so that I can cut the sound off on it. And it was just annoying, man. So we got a press here that is a monster of a press, definitely a level 3 in your eyes, and I kind of do things on levels as well, good, better, best. That industrial grade press. So tell us more about this press.
So the Flex Press is a semi-automatic clamshell. It comes with a drawer style platen, lower platen, so you can bring your design out, not get your hands in there and possibly burn yourself. And it obviously has a automatic emergency button, as well as you are able to set your temperature and your time.
All right, so one of the things about layering is the temperature differences between products. So how does the Gimme5, is it able to be pressed at the higher temperature that maybe a Flock product would be pressed at?
It is possible. So when we give you, the time and temperature, this is what we thoroughly test at our facilities so that you get the best results possible. When it comes to working with these materials that are, very different, sometimes in the real world, you're not going to be able to do this same exact thing that we, advertise in the catalog. So right now we're going to press the Gimme5 at the same temperature that we're pressing the Flock, which is 320 degrees. Our materials are able to work with different temperatures. The biggest difference here is that once you change the temperature, you have to adjust some of the parameters, and you have to see what works for you. So it's really easy to say 285 4 seconds. That's great, but once you change that one of the parameters, you're going to alter some of the process here. Right. So we're going to be pressing, instead of doing 4 seconds, we're going to be pressing at 320 for only 3 seconds, and then we're going to press the Flock for the recommended 320 at 16 seconds.
That's great, man. And you guys know myself personally, I like to say we got to be mechanics or scientists, and you got to figure out what works for you. Whether it's your press has problems, if it has cold spots or different things like that, you got to figure out what works for your system. Like anybody else, you just play with your settings, and then you figure out what works for you, and you stick with that throughout. So today, like I said, one of the things that a lot of you guys ask me about is this shirt here, which has a chenille patch on it. And you guys like the texture, the feel, the way it looks. So today, we're actually going to take the t-shirt silencer logo. We're going to layer flock on top of the Gimme5 and give you guys a similar effect that this shirt does with some texture and some feeling to it without actually having to order 50 pieces. It's something you can do at home with your craft cutter. So give us a second here and we're going to get to pressing. Okay, so we got our shirt here. We're using the Bella Canvas 3001 shirt. It's black. And the first layer is obviously our Gimme5. So let's load the shirt up here.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. What we're going to do first, and what a lot of people dismiss, is the pre-press. What this does is pre-shrink the garment and also gets rid of the moisture that is in the garment. So a lot of coastal towns may have a lot of moisture that you don't know where your blank has been stored, where it's been warehoused. So you want to get rid of that moisture that can create a barrier when you're doing the bonding.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. If you have a problem, you should probably do this. You guys know me. I'm just so fast. I'm faster than B-Flex, honestly. So I don't pre-press. I just get straight to work. But if you ever experience a problem and you don't pre-press, you should definitely try it out.
All right. So now we're gonna do only 320 for 3 seconds. I have the setting set for the flock, so what I did is just use the emergency button.
Shoo, silky smooth right there.
Silky smooth, and like I said, once you adjust the parameters, what happens is if I press it at 320 for, let's say, 4 or 5 seconds, I may be heating up the material too much, and then I would have to do a warm peel.
Right.
And that defeats the purpose of this piece. So what we did is drop back a second, got the same result.
All right, so here's the second layer. Now this design here has a lot of intricate dots which don't kind of translate to any machine that I cut it on. So we kind of did remove the dots, but you guys get the feeling here.
All right, we're gonna adjust now the pressure because flock applies at light pressure. All right, there we go.
And this presses for
16 seconds.
16 seconds. Okay, so we got a Gimme5, which is technically a 285 for 4 seconds, and we got our flock, which is a 320 for 16 seconds. All right, now is that a hot or?
This is a cold peel.
All right, so we gotta wait for it to cool all the way down, and then we're gonna go ahead and peel it. So just stay tuned. Okay, so we let it cool down. It's kind of like lightly warm to the touch, almost cold. So let's go ahead and get it off here.
Bam.
Wow, this looks good, man. The thing I like about flock is it gives that texture. Like when you feel it, people get up close to it, it makes it feel really, really expensive. And one thing I liked about the Gimme5 is that it is a matte finish, right? And
correct.
It kind of also gives that more elegant of a feel, of a sense, more expensive than something that's, shiny, kind of like translates to cheap and plasticky. And that's one of the things that a lot of people try to stay away from when it came to vinyl. We don't want that plasticky look and the feel. But I like the way that it is actually a matte finish, and then you throw some texture on top of it, and now you got a product where this shirt might have been $15 or $20 before. We might be able to sell this thing for $30 and $35. This is a t-shirt size exclusive right here, so we might put this up on the website for you guys to go check out.
It's what we call an elegant finish because it doesn't have any of that, plasticky, shiny, semi-gloss, glossy effect to what traditional vinyl from, 80s, 90s was, and gets away from that kind of stigma. So, with this right here, you've got something that's elegant, it's got a matte finish, it's got a three-dimensional effect because of the layering, and it also has an added texture to the design. So you've got 3 factors that are working in just one thing and give you, what, like you said, an expensive look.
Most definitely. So is there anything people should know or consider when they're about to layer? Is there things that can't be layered on top of each other? Is there a product specifically that can't have anything on top of it, or is it pretty much free reign for what you want to do?
I would say for the V-Flex products, most of it is layerable. The only things you can't layer on top of is the sandy glitter and the glam.
Gotcha.
But they can be top layers. So everything else can be layered. You just can't put anything on top of the, like I said, BF sandy glitter and the BF glam, which is, our holographic product. So those are the only things.
So you're telling me that I can layer on top of fatty?
You can.
Oh,
We've got people, and that's one cool inquiry. The fatty can act as its own standalone product, or you can use it to bring something into a 3D effect. So we've had people do, for example, your design could be, initially in white fatty, and then you could do black Gimme5 on top of it, and all it does is raise up the design. You could have a patch, just a circle here that brings it out, and then you put Gimme5 on top of that.
I can see that being applied to like hats and even on the shirt. So now I got some things to play around with and make some more content for you guys. If you guys have any questions or if you want to see some future content with me and B-Flex, put it down in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell because I make videos like this all the time. And yes, I mean all the time. This has been your boy Stan Banks here with Luis from B-Flex. Peace.
Thank you, guys.
And I'm here with Luis. And Luis, let us know
All right, we're
more
gonna
about...
have to redo this. It's Luis, bro.
Oh my gosh, said it wrong.
You're gonna have to redo that. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna let you
Remember
publicly ridicule me like that.
You shouldn't. That's good. You shouldn't. And I've probably been calling you what I've been calling you, Luis.
No, well, I think you called me Luis earlier.
We ain't got a shirt over here. That's what I stopped for.
I know. I realized it too.
Here with Luis from B-Flex. Peace. I'm just trying that again. You gotta say bye or something.
Oh,
Just not before me.
He's like standing there like. David, he's standing like. You remember that picture? Yeah.